Hello review fans, today I'm going to be reviewing the vegan footlong roll from Morrisons. So first off, this is quite large. As you can see, it doesn't even fit on a plate. In fact, it says it's a foot long, but let's measure it, get the plate off and see if we're getting value for money. So a foot is about 30.5 centimetres and it's actually over a foot. The length of it is 33 centimetres, so you're getting 2.5 centimetres more. So they've underestimated the size, so that is good. That's in our favour, in a way. This is vegan. I've checked all the ingredients, and it is actually 1,430 kilocalories. So adults need, as a male adult, it's around 2,500, and I think 2,000 for a female. Okay, so that's the size of it. I am going to consume it to give you the full experience, but for your enjoyment I will speed it up. I'll do a bit of editing, don't you worry. Don't go fast forwarding, because I will fast forward for you. Okay, we're going to do this exactly as it would be if we'd have bought this. By the way, this is a reduced roll. These cost £1.50, but it's been reduced to £1.13. So bear that in mind when we're doing the review, because we're reviewing the yellow ticket item, the vegan roll. Look at this beast, it doesn't even fit on the plate. It's huge. It has had a bit of crackage in that was during the movement of getting this beast out. I don't even know how I start this. Let's imagine we're eating it in a car, because that's probably how we're going to come across these things as a snack. Now if you're going to eat it as a snack, it's probably going to be about a third the size of this that you want to consume, maybe half, but you would never eat the whole thing, would you? To assist me, I have water, tea and chili sauce. So we can see that, can't we? We're all in focus, I hope so. So let's crack straight on, shall we? Well, that's pretty good. It seems to have the right seasoning of for the meat filling. It's called a vegan roll. It's a vegan sausage roll for anyone who is confused out there, wondering, but that's a sausage. Obviously it's a sausage. Now, the pastry's nice. I think if it was warm, because if we were comparing it to the Greggs sausage roll, which is the benchmark, I'd probably say the pastry is probably similar. It's probably a similar quality, so excellent pastry. Now, for me, the pastry is probably a 4. It's hard to tell cold, but I'd probably say a 4, possibly even a 5 out of 5 experience. But I think it could probably do with some more flavour and some more seasoning in the meat. The sausage meat itself I think it's good. It's got a good texture to it. It's just like you would want from a sausage roll if you were eating the animal variety. But yeah, I think it's good. But my main concern is, the main thing I'm impressed with is the immense length and girth of the thing. It's huge. Look at that. Whoa. But it's not very manageable, so that's why I said, that's not why I said it, but that's why you might want to eat it in 1/3 portions or half a portion. I've already got a handy tear here, so I'm just going to tear that a bit more so that I can manage it a bit better. Now for the speeding up bit. So we're going to come to the final review at the end, obviously, where we're going to score it. So we're going to speed up this bit while I just consume essentially the breakfast. I'm going to use some chili sauce as well at this point, just for my own personal enjoyment, which will increase the taste value by 1,000,000%. Now while I'm eating my food there,
I should probably talk to you about the book that I'm reading there, which is called The Moth and the Mountain by Ed Ceasar. And this is a book about some guy called Maurice Wilson, and he was in World War One. That part of the history is in that book. But this guy basically said, I'm going to fly a Gypsy Moth biplane over to the base camp of Mount Everest, and then I'm going to climb Mount Everest by himself. But the book itself goes through all of that story and the historic part of him attempting Mount Everest in the 1930s. Now, as we know, it was only Hillary in the 50s that got to acceded to the top of Mount Everest. Or was it? Did he reach there first? Well, this book is really about his journey, funnily enough, and his background, Wilson, is as a kind of middle class northern English person, and as such, he was kind of cock-blocked throughout this expedition because nobody took him seriously as a single person, as what they was seen as an amateur climber, and he had a hell of a job getting over there because he had to fly the Gypsy Moth from London to Everest and get up the mountain, and it involved a lot of political willpower, but just nobody was helping him at all. So I think it shows the strength and determination of an individual when facing life's greatest challenge. So overall, it's well written, and I would say it is a 4 out of 5 experience. Recommended. I don't know if I will review that book now because it's gone back to the library, so I don't have the physical book to be on camera with, but it's worth getting. Anyway, back to the numpty on camera presently who is getting very confused about a cat that wants to go out or stay in.
Well, the cat's come in, so that's good news. She's burrowing in the background. She's missed that delicatessen treat. But I managed the whole thing. Towards the end, I mean, it got slightly difficult perhaps, but not massively. It wasn't overbearing. Overall though, the experience was pretty steady, you know. And yeah, I feel alright, you know, do a few star jumps if we try. Maybe not too many then, got a dodgy arm. So, how do I rate it? The Footlong, the Morrisons Footlong baked goods. Well, I'd say overall it's a little bit difficult to quantify eating it cold because it's a kind of unfair kind of review. But I'd probably say it's overall a 3 out of 5 experience as a cold sausage roll. The pastry was right. The actual meat, the vegan meat was good, but it was the seasoning. I mean, maybe it didn't have enough sage in there. It was just needed something a bit more. Or maybe if they'd have, I mean, the way I was eating it was with psycho juice. So with the psycho juice, you're leveling it up to at least a 4 out of 5 experience. So I would say if you had the right seasoning, that's where you'd be looking, Morrisons. So maybe do a chili version with. Actually, that's probably not a good idea because you're not going to know where to range the chili. So just add a bit more seasoning to it. That's all. Maybe some black pepper would help to add a little bit of spice, a little bit of depth to it, and certainly some more sage in there as well. But if it was a hot experience, I obviously can't review it being hot, but I'd probably maybe add half a point or maybe a point to those scores, but I'm only estimating what it would be like hot. But these things are always better hot. So overall, is it a recommended experience? It costs £1.50, right? And it's a foot long. It's a beast. So you've got the what is it? The Greggs sausage roll, the original, the first one to come to the market. They had Linda McCartney frozen rolls, but at the deli kind of situation. I'd still rate that as higher. I think overall Greggs nailed it the first time. I think that's still the standard. Even if that was heated, I just don't think it's got enough seasoning, although the pastry is good. So I still rate the Greggs sausage roll, vegan sausage roll, as a higher sausage roll to the Morrisons one. But with a little bit of work, the Morrisons one could easily be raised to equal that. And value for money, there's a difficult one, because if you're buying it as a snack, as a lunch break kind of meal, then you don't need it to be that big. So if you were sharing with a vegan friend, then £1.50, that we're going off the original price, is a good price point. You know, it's competitive, but I suppose it's not heated up. Whereas if you toddle down the road to Greggs, it's going to be heated up. Therefore, it's going to be a better experience. So it's difficult where to slot it in, where it fits in the market for that reason. Anyway, overall 3 out of 5 experience. I hope you found that mega useful. Give me your thoughts on the. I definitely want your thoughts on the Footlong Morrisons Vegan Sausage Roll if you've got an opinion on that, because I'd really like to know what you think about it and what you think about the Greggs Vegan Sausage Roll. So I know a lot of people have been hating it or loving it. It's a Marmite situation. So yeah, tell me about your overall sausage roll experiences, vegan sausage roll experiences, and what you think the best vegan sausage roll actually is. But thank you very much for watching. Do like and subscribe, or do the complete opposite of that if you're not into it. I've got 29 subscribers. I've got plenty, you know. It's not like I need any subscribers. So you don't need to like, and you don't need to not dislike. Happy days. Have a great day and weekend and week, whatever time it is that I release this video. This is actually a Saturday. But thank you very much.